Hey guys, I'm Mia and this is So Girly Bags. And in this video, we're gonna make a hanging organizer for the back of your car seat. This is another little DIY project in our car hack series. Let's get right to it. For this little project, I used some quilted fabric. I also trimmed the edges of the organizer with some black and white polka dot cotton fabric. And then I did have some very thin elastic that I'm gonna use to thread the pocket on the front of the organizer. I used a little threader that I got from, I think, Hobby Lobby, but it's just a little plastic piece that you can tie elastic onto and just help guide the elastic through a hole. So you'll see that later on in the video. For the main panel, I cut it 12 by 18 inches, and then I rounded the top and bottom corners. And then I grabbed the cotton fabric and I cut it 9 by 30 inches. And what I'm gonna do is cut about 6 inches off the bottom of this piece. And that's gonna make it longer on the top, and then the bottom should fit right around the same size as the main panel. And so that way, when I put the elastic through the top section of this pocket piece, it's gonna make a nice big wide elasticized pocket. I think my little piece was longer than 30 inches, so I think I cut a little bit more than 6 inches. But if you cut your panel 30 inches long, then you can cut about 6 inches off the bottom, and that should make it the perfect size when you go to clip it to the main panel. You do want to round the corners of this little piece at the bottom, so that way everything matches up perfectly when you clip it to the main panel. I drew a diagonal line from the top corner to the 6-inch mark, and then just cut out those pieces from the left and right sides of the pocket. I folded the top edge over about a 1/2 inch, but I'm also gonna fold the top edge 1/4 of an inch before folding it a 1/2 inch, so that way the raw edges will be tucked under. And then I'm gonna give it a little pressing and then stitch with about 1/8 of an inch seam allowance right at the fold. just grabbed my little plastic threader and I just took the elastic and tied it a knot right on the end of it through the hole that's on the end of the threader. And I just double knotted it just to make sure it stays in place. And then I'm going to use that to help thread this little elastic through the hole all the way to the other end. And now I'm just gonna grab my pocket piece and just pin it along the bottom edge of the main panel and just make sure everything is nice and neat. When it comes to the gathers along the bottom, if there's anything that looked like it's not fitting, I just kind of folded it just to make some little folds along the bottom just to make sure everything fits all the way along the sides and the bottom. I use some clips to just clip it along the sides and the bottom all the way around. And then I just pull the elastic through on the right side just to make some gathers to tighten up the pocket. And then I just made a line all the way down the center of the pocket and sewed along that line just to divide the pocket in half. And then after sewing down the middle, I'm going to sew down the sides and the bottom. After sewing, I'm going to cut the excess from the seam just so I can even everything out all the way around. And then I cut a strip of fabric about 2 inches, just long enough to go all the way around the whole little panel. And what that's going to do is create a bias tape, or if you have bias tape, you can use that. But since the fabric that I'm using for the pocket is polka dot, I thought the trim around it would also be nice to match the pocket. So I'm just going to use the same material and trim all the way around the panel. I started by folding the edge of the trim back towards me about 1/2 inch, and then just clipped it with the right size facing all the way around. And then I'm going to sew with about 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around the panel. after sewing, I'm going to fold the strip of fabric back towards the back side of the panel, and then just fold it over, and then fold it again right over the edge, and then I'm going to sew right on the fold all the way around to attach the trimming onto the panel. And then lastly, I cut another strip of fabric about 2 inches by 25 inches just to make a little hanging strap, so that way you can hang it from the back of your car seat. I use the fold over method to make this strap. If you need help making straps, I'll attach another video in the description of this video to help you with that process. After that, I folded the edges of the strap towards me about 1/2 of an inch, and then I just attached it about 1 inch away from the corners of the main panel and just sewed across the strap just to secure it to the back side of the panel. And now our little car seat hanging organizer is complete. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and check out the next video that's on screen. It's another cool car hack that you might enjoy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in that video.